Disclaimer. This compilation is intended for entertainment purposes. All the clips used within the compilation are public, and therefore it is not a violation of privacy. The compilation may contain videos that are shocking. Viewer discretion is advised. Do not, under any circumstance, harass anyone within the compilation for any given reason, please.
Scum! Nazi 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 scum! Nazi!
I mean, just start. I'm not welcome. Fuck off! You're behaving as badly as he is.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
So I've recently been notified by a former classmate that I guess some of my other former, and this is high school classmates again, and I'm like a semester away from graduating college. A former high school classmate informed me that some of my other former high school classmates want to expose me because I make porn. Well, just, you know, a few things to begin with. First of all, high school is well fucking over. You guys should know that, and you guys should grow up. Move on with your lives. As you can see, I have. Second of all, the person who decided to inform me about this just decided to make a huge point about the fact that he's not attracted to me and that he would never be my man and that I'm disgusting and all of this, you know, typical slut shaming that you get from these uneducated people. And to that I say, you know, I don't want you to be my man. I don't want a man. I've had plenty of men, and frankly, I'm not impressed. I mean, I don't understand why you guys think that your dicks are so fucking special.
Get that crap out of here.
But anyway, that being said, that's not even important. What's important is what I want to inform you guys. This is a PSA. This isn't your regular porno, okay? I wrote down some numbers here. So there's a demand for porn, a huge demand, and this is just Pornhub alone. Pornhub averages more than 100 billion views per year. There's about 8 billion people on Earth. That's about 12 videos per person. And daily, the site is visited over 125 million times. To put that into perspective, that's about the same amount of times that Twitter is viewed. So think about all the people that use Twitter. When you type in porn on Google, unless you type in a specific site, pretty much the only thing you get is like anti-porn, you know, this and that, slut shaming, Christians, you know, talking about how horrible it is. But yet you look at these numbers and, you know, it makes you wonder what would happen if we didn't have porn. Because there are so many people who watch porn because they don't have the opportunity to actually get laid. They want to have their fantasy too. I mean, God. The only thing is, the people who watch porn, which I know you watch porn, and yes, I'm talking to you, the person watching this video right the fuck now. This is not the first time you've logged into Pornhub. It's the people who watch porn that have a problem with the people that make it. And that is what I call not only compulsory heterosexuality, but compulsory sexism. And that's what I'm here to fucking get rid of. That's what I'm here to teach you guys about today. Anyway, I tried to find some statistics on just like male use of porn because they're the main ones that do the slut shaming. However, I was unable to find any actual scientific evidence due to the fact that scientists are unable to get a control group for that, since they've found that all men watch porn. That being said, I want to let you know that your views are sexist if you disagree with this, and especially if you watch porn. And I guess since this is a I'm on Pornhub, I better kind of do what I'm supposed to do,
Be gone, fuck!
As for the rape advocates, well, I think they deserve death penalty too, including Carl Benjamin. Especially Carl Benjamin. On a softcore version, what Carl Benjamin deserves is to be institutionalized and forcefully lobotomized, full frontal lobotomy. Leave him as a complete vegetable, unable to utter a word, unable to form a thought, immobile, forever, in a solitary cell. In the worst case scenario, which is actually the best, Carl Benjamin is dead. Carl Benjamin suffers the death penalty, as he must. I'm the greatest advocate for Carl Benjamin's demise, torture, agony, long suffering, and death. Death to Carl Benjamin. Death to Carl Benjamin. Death to Carl Benjamin. Now. And death penalty for every rapist and every rape advocate. Now. Worldwide.
Stop it. Get some help.
Now that's edgy as fuck!
Okay, so in this video, this guy by the name of... what's his name? Scroll down, you piece of shit. James Alsup. Now, he's basically some white nationalist type of person, and very surprised at his sub count. That really scares me that this dude promotes toxic ideas and can bully a teenager, which we're about to get into. He basically bullies a teenager for being transgender. And yeah, we're going to be debunking some true horseshit. Like, why are you in your 30s making fun of a teenager? I will never understand that. Fuck, my hair is a mess right now. Apologies. But yeah, and I'll deal with the comments later, but let's just jump right into it because I'm Philip DeFranco.
How you feeling today, Jazz?
I'm good.
Time to get up. Get up. Get up!
Everybody's had the experience of hearing about something online that everybody else says
Okay,
is
Skip, he's basically saying how bad this
one of
is.
the early adopters, women, one of the progenitors. According to Wikipedia, founder Magnus Hirschfeld was, quote, a Jewish German physician, sexologist.
Oh, the Jew wants equal rights. Oh, the Jewish question.
An outspoken...
Those Jews, they're just trying to turn your kids gay.
An advocate for gender and sexual minorities.
Well, what does this have to do with America? Because America... LGBT formed on its own. If I'm correct, they didn't take inspiration from Germany. I am pretty sure about that.
End quote. Hirschfeld was also involved with the Institute for Sexual Science, an organization he used to offer sex advice to straight couples, advocate for more liberal divorce laws.
I don't give a shit. Get to the nitty-gritty.
Clearly ahead of his time. Hirschfeld is remembered as one of the first pioneers of the LGBTP, specifically transgender politics, and an icon of the Weimar Jewish community. As an interesting historical note, his Institute for Sexual Science and Scientific Humanitarian Committee had volumes and volumes and volumes of writings in their headquarters. Hirschfeld published pamphlets like these.
And this is a bad thing. Why? I just
One
don't
can only
understand.
imagine the depraved. Thorough research and insistence that every one of his theories about child sexuality be proven by case study and observation. The sexologists of the time were debating when and how infants developed sexual attraction. Freud was writing about sexual attraction between children and their parents. Is about, right? Well, briefly, in those books, all right? From the first pioneers of transgenderism, etc.
Again, more slander to the LGBT. Remember, the people sexualizing infants in writing about child sex were the innocent victims. Again, you're mixing the LGBT with pedophilia. Not a surprise there either.
Don't think too hard about what was in those books, all right? From the first pioneers of transgenderism in the West to some of the most Jennings was born in South Florida to parents Greg and Jeanette. Their real last name isn't Jennings. The family is Jewish, and their last name is a very Jewish. Very.
Oh my God, they're Jewish. You had to put that in there. You clearly have some reason to put this in there. They're Jewish. Why does it matter? They're Jewish and they support the LGBT. Ooh, they just want money.
Very long last name, end quote, from Wikipedia. In 2004, at 5 years old, Jennings was diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Apparently, as soon as Jazz was able to speak, Jazz insisted that he was not a boy, and indeed was a girl.
Because that's when it normally happens. And you don't really start transitioning until puberty. They did not transition her at 5. Did she probably wear the clothes she wanted? Yeah, but what's the harm in wearing the clothes you want when you're a kid?
Despite being born.
Fuck, I wish I could have been goth when I was like younger. Didn't start doing it till my late teens though. Regret it.
Male.
Wish I had found myself earlier, but no, I should wait apparently to be myself.
At the age of 6, the pseudonymous Jennings family began appearing on television to speak about the challenges of growing up transgender. There were foundations, TV documentaries, and, naturally, litigation. They sued the United States Soccer Foundation, an organization that manages youth soccer leagues, because they wouldn't let Jazz play on the girls' team, despite being a biological male.
It doesn't matter if they're a biological male. What makes it different is she never had a male puberty. So that instantly makes her a lot more feminine, as when you're a kid, there's androgynous body types until you get the secondary sexual characteristics at puberty. And even if she's a biological male, so what? Oh, she might have an advantage. Black people have an advantage at the NBA. Do you ban black people from competing with other races of people because black people dominate the NBA and just...
The rip and stitch job was imperfect, and just 4 days after the initial surgery, there were complications that forced Jazz Jennings and her freshly constructed anatomy back to the emergency room. Just imagine everything going on down there after 4 days of festering, warm temperatures, humidity, pus, dilation. As I was writing this, I was about to throw up in the trash can in my office. It was really gross.
I mean, why are you concerned with this person's genitals anyway?
It's
not even any of your business.
Actually fighting the urge to throw up, just thinking about it. If you actually want to throw up for some reason, go on Google and check out pictures of what I'm talking about. Dilation. You can find images on Google, although God knows why you'd want to.
Yeah, go look those pictures up on Google so you can be grossed out at the transgenders.
Now, here's where the Weimarification gets real. You thought excavations and dilations were gross? Well, just wait until you hear the kind of thing that Jazz, now successfully operated on, talks about with her parents. Here are some choice moments from a video called Jazz Reveals She Has a Boyfriend Coming to Visit.
Just because he's flying down here doesn't mean we're diving in or like it's a huge step.
Like, how could you call that a he? Like, if you're calling somebody who looks this much like a female a he, you're doing this out of malicious intent, period.
Can I ask some questions about him?
Yeah.
He lives in Philadelphia, right?
He lives in Philadelphia.
And how old is he?
He's 19.
Did he graduate high school?
Yes.
Is he working right now?
No.
Is he in college right now?
No.
I mean, he's not sleeping here. He's staying at his dad's house.
No. He doesn't have to sleep at the house, but maybe,
What maybe? No.
No.
Okay, I'm not here to watch
still
this.
Be able to...
Get to the point.
I'm not saying I'm gonna have sex.
Get a hotel room.
I'm not gonna have sex, guys. Like, I'm waiting for marriage.
Jazz,
You're not allowed to.
Aren't you in a healing process right now? I mean,
You have to wait months.
I know, but I still want to be able to, like, learn how to kiss and...
And despite how depraved this entire demonstration is, they do have good reason to be.
What's wrong, bigot? Don't you know it's the current year? If you don't want to see your transgender child's artificially constructed flesh hole pounded by a deadbeat black guy in your own house,
Shut the fuck up.
you know,
It's depraved. Let's make fun of the fucking transgender teenager.
Open face emoji. While I entered the procedure with little to no genital tissue, these surgeons completely pulled it off.
I'm gonna kill myself!
At the conclusion of the surgery, Jazz's surgeons were impressed with how beautiful the outcome was. It's better than what I hoped for, Dr. Jazz Jennings said. I wasn't expecting we would be able to get this beautiful of a result.
Just the fact that you conflate like a whole like medical condition down there, like transgenderism, and you just say, oh, you're not using the right pronouns and bullshit like that. You're a bigot with that stupid fucking voice.
With this much depth.
Just the condescending behavior is ridiculous.
7 inches.
I'm gonna be hanging from the bathroom!
Yeah, it's well beyond time to stop. Time to stop was 10 years.
I'm gonna go ahead and not watch this. We're already pretty much done, but these comments, the left considers the worst thing one can do to a child is to homeschool because then the left cannot indoctrinate the kid. Whatever, fuck you. You know, like this is the problem where like anything that's transgender or gay, we're automatically assigned to the left, like as if our existence is inherently political. Look at Jazz Jennings, for example. This entire video, she's being used as a political pawn. We're being used as the LGBT as political pawns, not only by the left, but really by the right. We're being slandered as some fucking freak shows. It's some bullshit. Fuck you.
Seriously?
Tu vas voir ton chef derrière. Tu vas le voir ton chef. Tu vas le voir. Viens le chercher là. Je croyais qu'il y avait des limites de poids quand même dans la police. Alors, des limites de poids.
Seriously?
Is it backwards? Oh! Thank you. Who has an injury?
He was shoved.
It was just the way they pulled the door out from behind me.
Okay. But not within 10 or something like that? Okay. We disagree. You disagree
With the fact that there was no intent behind it.
Intent to hurt you?
I definitely think the person who did it from here.
Okay.
Why are you following me?
What?
Why are you following me?
This is why I believe when it comes to politics, okay, we have to be good to one another in order for this country to come together. We have to treat each other with respect. You cannot yell and scream at someone that you barely even know. You cannot yell and scream.
So you say that you don't support hate, right? So what about your president? You know, under his law, the immigrants, like children immigrants, are being held in cages.
Okay. Did you complain about that with Obama?
Well, that wasn't happening under Obama.
Yes, it was. This is a perfect example of what. This is why you can't pick sides. You can't be left or right. You just have to say you're against it 100% of the time. Say you're.
All right, but if you say you're against hate, then what about the hate he's spewing towards Muslims and immigrants?
What did he say?
He said that immigrants are rapists, drug lords.
No, he said rapists are coming across the border. Do you know how many percentage of women get raped crossing the border?
What about the women he's raped?
I don't see the evidence for that. I don't
What
want to
about the women in America that are being raped?
Listen,
Yeah,
hold
1 in 4.
on. Do you know how many people?
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.